Welcome back to Library Trust YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful side cowl top. You can see the cowl effect that we have by the side. Can you see? So this is what it looks like on the side. You can see how it's dropping. This is what the back looks like. A very beautiful blouse, as you can see, and it's very easy to make. It has the cowl effect on the both side. Can you see the other side as well? I used the Duchess fabric for this. I'm going to take you through how to cut and sew this in this class. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. I'm using Duchess silk for this, and you don't need so much fabric. If you don't want your sleeve length to be so long, you can use 1 yard of fabric. Okay, so what I have here is the measurement of my shoulder plus my sleeve length. My shoulder is 8. Okay, so my shoulder is 8 inches, which is here, and then my sleeve length, I want my sleeve to be a bit long, so I have around 14 inches. Let me arrange it well so that we can know the measurement that I have here. So I have all together, I have about 22 inches here. That's my shoulder plus my sleeve length. So if you have just 1 yard, what that means is that you're going to have your shoulder measurement and then up to 18 inches. Remember, a yard is 36. So what you're going to have here when you fold is going to be 18 if you are using a yard of fabric. But for me, I think I have about 44 inches, which is a yard and few inches. So that's what I'm going to be using. So I just want you to know the amount of fabric needed. So this is like 1 trouser, a yard and quarter. So now to fold your fabric, this fabric is 60 inches. So I'll fold it into 2 like this. So folding into 2 means this is going to be my front and this is going to be my back, and then the length is going to be 30 inches. If you want the length of your own to be more than 30 inches, it means you cannot fold like this. Then you have to cut separately. But 30 inches length is okay for me. That's why I'm folding it into 2. So folding it into 2 like this, what I'm going to do is just to divide it. Or you can just fold into 2 and then you fold again into 4. So I'll fold into 2 and again I'm going to go ahead and fold it into 4. I hope you understand the folding. So the length is 30 and then the width is your shoulder measurement plus your sleeve length. So now we go straight to drafting. So it's very easy to cut. It's very easy to cut. It's going to have a seam at the center. So for my seam and then hemming allowance, you can leave 1 inch or whatever inches that you use to hem, or 0.75, so that's 3/4 of an inch, so that you'll be able to hem it. Then from there you are going to mark your actual neck measurement, neck width. So for my neck width, I'm going to be working with 3 inches. Okay, I hope you understand that. So you leave allowance for, because you're going to sew it and then you hem, so you leave your allowance for that, and then you take your neckline measurement. So after taking your neckline measurement, you come to the other hand here and then you do your shoulder slope. So for the shoulder slope, I'm coming down by 1.5 inches, and then I'll take my ruler and connect from my shoulder slope to my neck width. So you connect it like this. So the ruler cannot take it all at once, so I'm going to use the tape to mark a point, then I'll go ahead and connect them together. So now that is done, we have connected for the shoulder slope. So once you connect your shoulder slope, the next thing is to create your sleeve opening. How open you want your sleeve to be. It's not a tight sleeve, it's very opened. So I'm just going to see what I have here. So from there I'm going to measure around 10 inches, 10 to, let me add 1 inch as seam allowance, and then from that point I'm going to come in by 2 inches. so that I'll be able to hem my sleeve. So that is what we have there. So once you have that, you can go ahead and take your neckline measurement. For the back, I'm going to be working with 1.5 inches. You can use the same neck measurement for both front and back if you want, but for me, I'm going to be using this for the back. And then for the front, it's going to be a v-neck measurement. So depending on how deep you want it to be, I'll use 8.5 inches for the front. So I'll take my ruler now and then connect. If you notice, I'm connecting here so that I'll be able to sew. That's why I made this part straight. Remember, we are still going to sew it back. So the neckline is done. So the final thing to do now is to create our cowl. So to create the cowl, you are going to connect from where your sleeve stop, where your sleeve opening stop, all the way to the hem at the center front. Remember, this is the center front here. So we are connecting from here like this all the way to our center front, just like this. Can you see? That is what I have done. So that's all you need to do. That is basically everything you need to do. So now I have my scissors. I'm going to go ahead and cut. So you can see how I'm cutting it. You just cut around your chalk. So when you get here, you open up your sleeve opening. That is it. And then for the neckline, remember we still have the front and back together, so we're going to cut the front first, the back first. We're going to create we are going to cut our shoulder sleeve, our shoulder slope, okay, just like that. So now for the front neckline, I'm going to open the center front here. Remember, we added an allowance there. We are going to sew it back, so I'll open it up. So opening it up means that I can use the first two for my front and then the last two for my back. So this first two now is going to be my front, and then the last two is going to, so I'll just raise up the first two and then I can cut out my front V neckline like this. That is all you need to do. So we are done doing this now. I'm going to take it to the sewing machine. I'll first sew the center front back, the center front and the center back. So the next thing is to note where I want my slit to be. So from the center here, I want the slit to be around my half length. So that's 16 inches for me. I'll just pick that part up and then I'm going to place a notch on it. So when I want to sew the center front, I will know that I'll stop from here and then stop sewing at the 16 inches. So for the back as well, you sew from here and then stop sewing at the 16 inches. So the same allowance that you have is what you are using to close up this part, because this part is going to be open. So you use your seam allowance to close that part up so that it can be neat. You are going to do the same thing for the front. So I want to turn neckline with bias. You can also use facing. So because of that, I decided to join the shoulder first. So this is the front and back shoulder for the left, and this is the front and back shoulder for the right. So that, remember, it's a V neckline. So I want to turn the neckline with bias first before I join the center front. So I've joined it on the shoulder. I'll go ahead and turn with my bias. Then I'm going to go ahead and join the center together. The neckline is turned now, you can see, and I have gone ahead to sew it. So please make sure you weave, and when you want to weave this, you have to weave separately. Remember, we are still going to be hemming the part. You stop sewing where you notched. Remember the 16 inches half length, that's where I notched and that's where I stopped sewing. So the shoulder is sewn, the center front and center back is sewn as well. And then you're going to go ahead now and hem the remaining part of the center front so that it can be neat. So make sure you fold it in and hem. You fold in and hem. So for the sleeve opening as well, you are going to come here and then you're going to hem your sleeve opening. So once you do that, the last thing to do is to sew. So to join this side, you're going to start sewing from where your sleeve opening stop, which is here, and then you sew all the way to the hem. You sew from here all the way to the hem. You do the same thing for the other side. After sewing, after hemming your sleeve opening, you're going to sew from here all the way to the hem as well to close it up. So I'll go ahead to do that now. Okay, so I have gone to do all of that now. This is what we have. Can you see? So I'm going to weave the rough edges. I'll go ahead to clean up the rough edges so that it can be neat, and then I'm going to iron it so you can see what the hem is looking like now. So when you turn it to the right side, this is what you're going to have. So you take out your threads and iron. So I'll go ahead to weave it, I'll iron it, take out the threads, and then bring it back to show you what it looks like. Okay, so you can see now that I have gone to iron it. This is what I have, and I have also weaved it inside. Please make sure you use the matching color of thread. You can see it is neatly weaved, so you can either use white as well or just use the matching of color of thread to weave it. So every part is neatly done now, and it is ironed. So this is what it's going to look like, just the shape of what we cut. You can see this is the shoulder, the sleeve opening, and then the side that we shaped to the hem is the same thing for the other side as well. So I'll take it to the mannequin now so that we can see what it looks like. So this is what we have. You can see how beautiful it is looking and how simple it is to make this. So this is what the side looks like. You can see the cowl effect that we have. Can you see how it is dropping? So if you want yours to be longer, you just need to add to your length. Remember, I just divided the full length of my fabric for this. So this is what the back looks like as well. You can make your slit as much as you want. This is 16 inches. If you don't want yours to be this long, you can make it shorter, and then from there you hem it inside. And this is what the other side looks like as well. We equally have a cowl effect on the other side. I hope you enjoyed making this with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.